go.
Are we ready? Oh, we're ready. Let's talk about range sizes, folks. There's all these broad-scale biogeographical patterns wherein there's 947 people studying what drives broad distributions of mammals versus really narrow range distributions. So we know as you move towards higher latitudes, toward the Arctic, mammals have broader geographical ranges. They literally, a given species ranges across a broader area than species in the tropics per se. That's a latitudinal effect. Oh, what is it? Rappaport's effect or something? I can't remember, but it doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
What drives range sizes in lichens? Well, that's an interesting question. So, we have two kinds of reproductive propagules. We have tiny, tiny, tiny sexual spores. Remember, these are the sexual ascospores. They disperse only the fungus. They have to go find a new photobiont and start a new lichen. But they're tiny. They're like 10 microns long. And then we have asexual lichenized propagules. These are things like Ceridia and Isidia and Phyllidia. Chunks of the lichen that break off and co-disperse the photobiont and the mycobiont. Those things are really large in size. Like as big as my cup. No, I'm just kidding. But pretty big. They're like, 100 microns. Compared to 10 microns like a spore. So what do you predict has the bigger range size? Species that reproduce sexually with little tiny spores that can presumably blow around in the wind, or species that reproduce asexually with really large chunky propagules? What do you think?
My vote's for sexual.
For what? Having larger or smaller ranges?
For having larger ranges with the smaller propagules.
And why is that?
Oh, because you think that they can probably go a little bit further.
Yeah, they could get airborne and travel from Nebraska to Kansas in a couple hours, right?
Yeah, we've all heard of spores they find in space.
That would be wrong. So that was my prediction too. We've done a couple studies now, and in fact, asexually reproducing species have larger range sizes. So why is that? Maybe that it's not a dispersal limitation. It has nothing to do with dispersal per se, but it's establishment limitation. So if you're big and giant, huge, it may be kind of harder to get further distances, but once you get there, you got a lichen ready to go.
You're ready to go.
Packaged. You're a sexual